Hello YouTube world, welcome to my channel, and this time we're going to make a review of Avengers Infinity War action figure. And we have here before you the Thor action figure, the new appearance of Thor after the Thor Ragnarok, where he lost his hammer because the hammer was destroyed by Hela. And you see that he has now this new weapon on his side, and he has that blue stone. And I think, yeah, as far as I know, this is the, what you call that one, one of the pieces of the Tesseract which is being destroyed by Thanos in the movie. And that is the, I think, the second stone being put in the gauntlet of Thanos. The first stone was the violet, the power stone, but that the second stone is the space stone, which he has taken from Loki, and we have seen it in the movie. So yeah, the fate of the Guardians has ended, and the destruction of the people of the Guardians is actually the fulfillment of the prophecy in the Ragnarok, that the planet will be destroyed and the Guardians will going to die. So though many have survived through the spaceship, they perhaps they will all going to die because of Thanos, right? So we have now this Thor action figure, and this is the front of the packaging, and there's no other features on the other side. But at the back of it, we can see here that there is a following action figures, and this is how we are going to put the space stone on the axe, on the weapon of this Thor action figure. And there's also Captain America here, and if you're going to buy this action figure, he has the Soul Stone, and Black Widow has Power Stone, and Star-Lord has the Red Stone. I don't know what is the Red Stone. I forget the Red Stone. But yeah, just comment down below and tell me what is the Red Stone. And yeah, this is the back of the packaging, and I think this Thor action figure is looks good, and yeah, I'm excited to see it. And so let's see how good this action figure is. And we have now the Thor action figure from Avengers Infinity War out of the packaging, and I think this action figure is not that excellent, not that great, but somehow it is acceptable. And with that weapon, axe weapon of Thor, the new one, yeah, I think it looks good. And so yeah, let's try to examine this action figure closely, and let's see how good this action figure when it comes to sculpt and details and the other features about this action figure. So I think when it comes to the head sculpt of this action figure, this Thor action figure, when it comes to the head sculpt, is not that great as I said. Because look at that, right? The face of this Thor, I don't know if it has, yeah, when it comes to the side view, I think it's a little bit has the likeness of Chris Hemsworth, right? But when it comes to the side, to the front view, I mean, to the front view, this Thor action figure is not that great, right? But the sculpt is still, for me, it's acceptable. And the eyes of this Thor action figure is just simple. Yeah, and actually when I bought this action figure, I took a lot of Thor action figures and began to choose which of them has the good paint and the good sculpt of Thor action figure, because the other Thor action figure of this series, when it comes to the to the paint of the eyes, wow, it was actually ridiculous. The paint in the eyes of Thor was not that good. So this is, I think, the good paint of eyes of Thor. So I bought it. But when it comes to the sculpt of the hair, it's fine, and as I said, it's acceptable, and he has that spotted part on the side of his hair, like on the Thor Ragnarok, but somehow the hair is already now grown, and the bird of the action figure of this Thor, yeah, I think the sculpt is good, but how they apply the paint here is not that good actually. So yeah, it's fine because it's a basic action figure, and I like the suit of this Thor action figure actually, and the circle effect on his suit. It's actually good, and perhaps this is a different material being used here. It's like actually a metal, right? And I like that. And the details on the suit of this Thor action figure is actually great, and I like that. And at the back, there's some few lines here, and great. And yeah, he has no belt, right? I think this is it. And when it comes to the details of the pants, and there's a little bit wrinkles there, and it looks fine, and there's lines, and I like that wrinkles effects, and this is also helping the action figure to make more realistic, and I like that. And when it comes to the boots of this action figure, is, I think, it looks fine, and this is the details. It is made in China, Hasbro, and it has a 2017 Marvel, yeah, under the feet of the action figure. And at the back of this action figure, I like that also the details here, the lines on the upper part of the boots, and there's also wrinkles and lines. And yeah, when it comes to the hand of this action figure, yeah, it looks fine, and it has just biceps, and yeah, just few details, and the shoulder is actually looks fine also, and the muscular bicep of this Thor action figure make this action figure look good, right? And on the forehand of this Thor, it's just a simple forehand shield or protector with that simple detail, right? So yeah, this action figure is not that great, but it's acceptable, and I think it still looks good, right? And somehow it is look good for what it is, and it has the new weapon axe, but I still miss the hammer, the original weapon of Thor, the Mujer. I don't know how do you pronounce that, and it is being pronounced differently from person to person. But yeah, I miss the hammer of Thor. So Thor lost his hammer, while Captain America lost his shield, and perhaps the other Avengers in the Infinity War will lose their lives, yeah, not their weapons. So yeah, there's also a what you call this thunder effect on the hammer and the axe of Thor. So you can actually use the weapon in double purpose. You can use it as hammer, and you can also use it as axe. And as I hear in social media, in YouTube, that this wood part of this weapon is actually comes from Groot, right? So it's actually like a hand of Groot holding the axe. So yeah, I don't know if this weapon comes back to Thor when he throws it. I hope, right? So this this weapon of Thor, it still actually looks good, but I still miss the hammer of Thor. So yeah, so let's try to articulate this action figure. So by way of articulation, we can rotate the head of Thor 360. We can no, we can only move his head just a bit, and a little bit head pivot. We can make his hand open wide, and I like that. And we can also move it 360 both hands, and we can bend it not that far because not double jointed elbow, and we can rotate it that far, and there's an articulation on the elbow. Okay, and also the same with the other hand and other elbow of this Thor action figure. And as usual, there is no articulation on the rest, no articulation on the chest, no articulation on the waist. It can kick that far, it can also kick that far, it can, yeah, it can only just split just that far. No articulation on the knee, no articulation on the foot. And as I said, this action figure is limited when it comes to articulation. So he has the one piece of Tesseract being destroyed by Thanos, and this will be put on the gauntlet of Thanos. Okay, so let's post this action figure. And what can you say about this Thor action figure from Hasbro basic action figure, and the new appearance of Thor from Infinity War? So just comment down below, and if you like this video, just hit like and don't forget to subscribe. So thank you for watching my video.